Professor Knox, I ain't tripping, but I drop knowledge on you. Scholarship is sinking on my peers and Titanic. Stop them harboring the top phonics, I'm the illest man. So hop, sit, submit, I'm intimate with penmanship like intuits. My intuition's cold, my aurora's borealis, gory malice, callous leaf for I cut you like them trees in the Amazon. I'm in my prime, I put you in a pond, heating up like glaciers melting in the Arctic. I'm on.
What's going on YouTube? It's Knox Hill and we're back with our reaction series. So today is Monday. Yes, it is time we cross international waters and get our passports out. I am excited to bring back Agust D to the channel and his highly requested song, The Last. But before we go any further, I'm going to give a quick shout out to the song in the intro. Listen guys, this Thursday, I have huge news. I am dropping a cypher. It has been months in the making. A lot of heart, a lot of soul, a lot of passion put into this. I would really appreciate it if you guys came through on Thursday to support and to help me in the platform and the message I'm about to give to you guys. It is the One World Cypher, so stay tuned for that. But anyways, we know what we're here for. Agust D, step back up to the plate. Let's see what you got.
잘 나가는 아이돌 래퍼 그 이면에 나 약한 자신이 있어 조금 위험해 우울증 강박대대로 다시금 도주.
Wow. On the other side of an idol rapper, my frail self stands. Depression, OCD. I mean, what a very different tone from him. And he sets this up too. The way that the production is, I love that. Dun, 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 dun. Breathe. Dun, 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 dun. Breathe. And it's just way down in the mix. And you literally hear him breathing. And as he breathes, the keys get struck as well. And it's almost like he's building himself up for what he's about to do, what he's about to reveal. And listen to the cadence. Da, 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 da. It's almost like he's whispering. It's just a totally different take and attitude from what I normally react to as a very confident, very self-assured rapper, Agust D from BTS. Wow, that's a way to make a statement. Feeling separated from reality. Maybe that's just my real self. Wow, so this is about the duality. Almost like the split personalities that he has. There's the Agust D, that is the rapper for BTS. That is an idol rapper that has so much fame and success that the world knows him as. This sort of reality. But his reality and his inner workings and who he is and all the things that he struggles with deep down are very different than this image that he presents to the rest of the world. Wow. Wow, sometimes I'm afraid of myself. When I was 18, I developed this social phobia. I mean, talk about having no filter, just taking what's in your heart of hearts and putting it out onto the page. And I love there how, again, his vocal control and his cadence, you hear how he's really dropped down and gritty, but then he starts to get angry and it just builds for a second. And then he drops back down with it again. Just the control I love, man, and it's a perfect tone for the lyrical content that he's talking about. Wow. Wow, that's a great line right there. Comparing myself to others has become daily life. I mean, welcome to social media. And I talk about this on this channel. And this is why I try to give such a platform to mental health and dealing with social media and anxiety and depression, because we are now cultured to just compare. Because we are now just cultured to compare, compare, compare. I mean, we could be away on a great holiday recharging, and then you see someone else who's in a better place or an even more relaxing place or a richer place, and you go, wow, maybe my vacation isn't so great. Or you get like a new shirt or something, then you compare to someone else who has something better, or cars. I mean, it never stops. We live in a constant state of comparison, so I love how he paints those lines, constantly comparing yourself to others. It's toxic, man, I'm telling you. And that line, Min Yugi's already dead. I killed him. I've killed myself, basically. I'm dying inside. Wow. And you hear that, how he just drops down for a second? Like there's these great pauses in the beat. And it's kind of like, it reminds me of like an internal voice. You know how we all have like this inner voice in our heads that talks to us? And to me, that represents Agust D's inner voice way down in the mix when the beat pauses. He's kind of talking to himself. I take it as. Wow. Wow. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you would just keep to yourself or amongst your family or close friends that he is just choosing to have the courage to share with us. That, you know, he went to counseling. His parents even went, and his parents don't know who he is. But how can they know who he is when he doesn't even truly know himself? And then that drop down when you hear the demonic voice, have you ever? Almost like the doctor talking to him, but it takes like a twisted undertone with it, and you hear the flat line and what that implies. And I was a little confused with the way those lyrics were set up, because there's something in parentheses down below, but he never actually said anything up above. So we don't know what the doctor actually asked him. It's almost like he's revealing so much to us, but there's still some things he doesn't want to completely reveal or come to terms with through this music and on the page with us. I don't give a shit, I don't give a fuck. Wow, we've dealt with that. Messages to the haters. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. All those things are just to hide my weakness. I have to wear it like armor. I have to be a certain way in order to survive in this game. And yeah, a lot of us face that, but deep down there's a lot of insecurity as well. I mean, listen, we are artists for a reason. You know, if we didn't have insecurities, if we didn't have flaws and struggle to deal with emotions, we probably wouldn't be artists, because that's one of the reasons that we have music. It literally is a lifeline and an outlet for us to cope and deal with things. Doesn't matter how confident you appear to others on the outside. That time that he hit himself in the bathroom, and then again there was more parentheses there, kind of doing my job for me, I guess, helping me out a little bit. Interesting recommendation, Lizzie, with this one. It's just kind of throwing me off a little bit with the parentheses, because I'm not used to having like little footnotes with it. But obviously he had a struggle or anxiety going out on stage and performing, and hit himself away, and he's even referencing that time as well.
시간이 지날수록 괴물이 되기보내야 처음 아파가 나의 성공이란 괴물은 더큰 부러워 내 무기였던 욕심이 때려 날 집어삼키고 망치며 때려 목줄을 걸어 어떤 이들은 내 입을처럼 막으면서 나가를 삼키라 해 I don't want that.
Tell me to swallow this forbidden fruit. And that is a little bit of religious imagery. You know, it is a double-edged sword, and it's like the Garden of Eden and the apple presented by the snake, and then it leads to sin and a fallout. And I love how Agust D is talking about a lot of the motivators that got him to where he is are also the same things that can lead to his downfall. You know, being motivated by greed, to prove others wrong, you know, constantly having this insecurity and having to rise above it. Well, once you get to a certain level, that greed could turn you into a monster, you know? That type of energy and that type of style of living and seeing the world, you know, always being in battle mode, always fighting and struggling and climbing and rising to the top. Can you ever find inner peace in that way? No matter how much success you gain, no matter how much wealth that you gain. Wow, I love the way that that's pictured. I love the emotion. It's almost like his voice is cracking a little bit. You hear the yelling at the back of the mix. And it's just great. I don't know. It's almost like playing an instrument. He just knows when to flow with it, when to stop and let things breathe, when to reinsert himself. Like, he just has a great feel for tracks and rhythm. If my misfortune is your happiness, I'll happily stay unfortunate. Wow. That is deep. That is my favorite line so far. And he talks about if he can't get it together, calling it quits. And I wonder if he's tempting or being tempted by, you know, hinting at possible suicide here and really getting deep down and dark with the depression. Yeah, there it is. And I'll go to the guillotine for you. You know, I'll go to my end for you if that's what you want, if you really want my downfall and demise. Wow. Wow. What a change, man. It's almost like you have rock elements now. I mean, the drums are going ham. You've got the electric guitars in the back, and he's just raised and elevated to a different cadence. The anger coming through now. Almost the passion, the impassioned delivery of it all. And now he's letting us know that he's okay. So it's almost like at first he was taking us through the darkness and the spiral downwards. And then we've had a turning point now, and you hear it within the production itself and how the production of the track has changed. And this is his mental turning point, and this is him more comfortable in his own shoes and in his own success. There it is. My address is idol, and I won't deny it. He's come to terms with this duality of being this idol, but also being this hardcore rapper who struggles and deals with pain in these things. Yeah. You guys had sold us out. It's not that you, what is that? You couldn't sell us out. You couldn't achieve this level that we're at. You know, I take that in two ways. But the lines that I really like a little bit before that are we talk about how emotions going into it can be those same sort of things that lead to his downfall. Well, in this case, he's taken one of those issues and he's flipped it on its head, but in a different way. So this time, pride going into it has become his strength. Whereas before he was kind of lacking in that pride. Now it's his pride and him being proud of himself and what he's accomplished that helps him move forward through his day. His shoulder that he smashed working a part-time job. I don't know that story. Somebody's going to have to share that below. Wow. And that time, that shit was very different. Like the shit that he says at the beginning has just a different inflection. It's like, wow, I can't deal with this. Like shit. But this time at the end, it's like shit. Look at what we've accomplished. Look at what we've done. Look at how we've risen above the haters and the people that call us sellouts. But really, they're just jealous they can't do what we do. And what a way to come out of this on the other end. It's almost like going through that mental journey with him and feeling like you're never going to see that light at the end of the tunnel. And about halfway through it, you definitely get that feeling. And he's dancing around thoughts of suicide and depression and calling it quits, however you want to interpret that. But then there's that change. And all of a sudden, we start to maybe see a little bit of light at the end. And it's almost like him letting his fans know this journey that he's been through, sharing it with us and trying to use his platform to inspire others. Like, look what I've came through. Look what I've overcome and dealt with these demons up here. You know, don't give up. Keep fighting and keep striving. And I'm okay now, and we're okay. Wow, that was a powerful one. Agust D, you were Knox Hill certified. So, guys, like today's video. If you did, be sure to smash that like button. Also, this is your reminder that Thursday, listen, guys, I have just a huge cipher I've invested so much time, heart, passion, soul into. I would really, really appreciate it if you guys would take the time to come through on Thursday, show some love to it, and check it out. Thanks as always. Stay safe, stay positive. I'll catch you again. I'm out.